Welcome to Craftin' Cocktails, powered by LimeLight Wired. I'm your host, Chris Werner. Today we're talking to Alvaro Turino Grosso from ATG Design. Alvaro is about to give us a tour of the OMNIA Nightclub front-of-house control position, including some insight into how its famous chandelier operates. Let's get to it. Can you tell us about OMNIA? Can you give us for those of us that have never been there, sadly, myself included, give us a lay of the land and how this all works?
So these 8 rings, we call like by numbers, right? Ring 8 is the bigger one, then ring 7, like that. We're going from big to small. So the bigger one actually is split in 2.
What all are the tricks built into the chandelier besides the movement? There are moving lights on there, right? And video.
Yes. So the chandelier is actually surrounded by LEDs that we call V-ducts, and then we have LED strips on the bottom, and it's basically surrounded by LED lights. And then in ring 8 and 4, we have moving heads. The base of the moving head is actually inside of the rings. You only see the head of the moving head. So that's like very, very well done installation, very clean. And then in ring 1, 2, and 3, those are the smaller ones, we have like crystals. It's something beautiful with LED inside too.
This is so cool. Okay, so the sequences of movement for the chandelier and the sequences of lighting and video on the chandelier, all controlled together, or is the video control and the lighting control and the motion control handled separately?
It is separate, but a lighting and motion, in the way that it works, is like all the movement of the chandelier, everything that is like happening with the chandelier, it is actually being processed by Navigator. So Navigator is the one that is controlling 100% all the movement, all the feedbacks, everything. Because that's the only way that we can have safety. If we, not only visually, but if one winch moves 2 inches more than the other one that is not supposed to be, it stops. So it is like a safety rule that are in there. So that's why Navigator handles everything. And I trigger the movement from the MA. Okay.
Asking for sequences or cues or states.
Like position and animations. I trigger all the positions and movement are made in Navigator. So then I trigger those from the main. Actually, Navigator sent me back a feedback saying that ring A is moving, and I can have the exact number of where the 3 values where is the winch. That's how we can we know that the ring is moving, because sometimes it's all the way in the top and I can see it because my view, and I hit the movement, but to make sure that it is actually moving, so we have some feedback going on. And I say, okay, the movement started, so we're good.
Does your console know the position of the lights, or does your 3D rig know the position of the lights in, as they change in time? Do you know at a moment that you're moving lights up high versus low?
Yes. That's why we have that feedback via PSN.
Okay.
We have feedback, instantaneous feedback where is those winches and what they're doing.
And PSN is Posi StageNet, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Posi StageNet, for anyone that's not speaking the lingo, is the method of communicating from a motion control automation system, the position of the winches. So Posi StageNet is handling all the math to determine where in physical space a couple of points might put a piece of truss. So for example, if we've got 2 motors coming to a center point, it is handling the understanding of where things are left, right, up, down.
Yes. So it is actually a lot of calculation that those servers need to process. Because in a 3D environment, they have to find the algorithms and the maths have to be very, very, especially with a light that you don't have that much room of error if you are tracking something. So it is very, very, very accurate. Yeah, I have a little video there I can play. This actually was said. I can play.
Wow, this is awesome. Dude, this is so cool. Okay, I have so many questions.
Yes. Let's do it.
I am sure that the folks that just saw this are gonna rewind it and watch it again.
Yeah.
So let's help them a little bit. Can
Okay.
we go along the top row and then do the bottom row? So looking at the monitors mounted above your viewing portal, your window.
Okay.
What are those monitors?
On the top, we have all these monitors. We have cameras. We have from left to right. We have a DA boot camera. That's the main one that I watch to use to see the chandelier from the DA perspective. And then we have the ShowKontrol. Like this is like I think like it become like the same important that a console for me to do the show, because it's the most user-friendly tool that anyone that can use for time code out, just to see what the DA is playing.
Okay.
Control, amazing software. The Main 3D, this is very helpful too. Then we have here the AI server 3D tool, and actually the AI interface where you can see the clips and everything. This is the same DA boot camera from the for this. Well, before the video was running in this console right here.
Okay.
That camera was there for that intention. So this is another camera that is like looking the DA from the left. This is right here, Navigator.
Take us to the bottom row. What are we looking at console-wise?
So we're gonna start from left to right. So right here is a Resolume server. So this is Gabe sets VA, amazing VA. So actually he runs the show from his laptop, from his server. So this is all Resolume area. So then I'm here. So then I have a MA wing right here. This is the monitor for that wing. This is the MA light. It's another external monitor where I have all the chandelier stuff.
Okay.
Then next to it, we have the other MA light. It is in the same section that I'm running in the same session, but in another user just for video. So if anything goes wrong with the video or in-house VA, he can just jump on it and we have video. It's like a plan B. To the right of the main, we have, I don't know if you can see it. Well, this is a little camera server. Right here is Navigator. So this is like the main engine of the chandelier. So without this, we cannot move the chandelier. Right here we have our Navigator operator. His name is Melissa. Amazing person, amazing worker. She worked very hard to keep that chandelier like running 100% with the team. Right here, I forgot to mention, this is if you see this yellow light, this is a e-stop that we have to stop, like in case that because in case that she's on the comms talking with the aerialist or something, and something happened with the chandelier, we are able to stop it from here too.
All right, tell us about either well, I guess a typical night. Tell us about a typical night.
Yeah, so in a typical night, we get to the club around 8 p.m. So the first thing that happens is a chandelier inspection. That's all the riggers and Melissa, that she's leading that moment of the night. They inspect each point, each ring, If everything is good, nothing needs to be fixed, then that's when we jump. We check the lights. I turn on everything, make sure that all the lights are fine. Like 90% of the time they are fine. I just probably have to replace one lamp or probably clean the confetti confetti goes inside the sensors, stuff like that.
Sure.
We do that really quick. The whole team jump on it and we do it like, as I mentioned before, we're like a family. And if someone see me doing something with a letter, that person come and be like, hey, what do you need? And I'm the same way, you know, if someone is doing something, what do you need? And we help each other. We get everything fixed. If something needs to be fixed, then I go to front of house, and depending on the DJ that I have, I program something specific. If he, let's say, like for example, like if we have Martin Garrix that night, and I know that he released a new song, I try to program something specific to that song. So.
And when you say program, are you programming to time code? Or are you programming?
No,
are you learning?
I program everything like to run live. Like
okay.
Most of the time, what I do is I do accents. For like, let's say I build like dimmer effects for the melody of the song, and I use it for that only.
And lasers are on your desk as well?
Yes, we have a server. We have a server, and I actually built a profile for that server, like to manipulate those lasers like an actual fixture.
Okay, so is it like a beyond system?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
okay?
It is beyond. So,
and are you also handling any other effects, haze or fog or CO2 or?
The CO2 is fired from downstairs from the booth because they have better visualization of the room. If someone, you never know if someone jumps on top of a person, it's in the shoulders and it's blocking the air. I cannot see that from house.
Sure.
They shoot CO2 from the DA booth, and I shoot confetti from front of the house. And the haze, of course, I have control from the haze.
Are you taking control of the architectural lighting, or is there a unison or paradigm system or something in place?
Yeah, we have actually paradigms. We have a paradigm controlling everything I'm doing. Actually, paradigm is merging my information. So they have high priority always. But if let's say like I have the lights at 20% on the desk, and they have it at 30, it's gonna respect the 30% of them.
Okay.
So in order to fix that, the people that program paradigms in the ETC, they make a button where they HTTP my priority. So I can have priority then.
Just to wrap up what we're talking about here, Paradigm is an ETC product that controls architectural lighting. So it's outputting DMX or SACN or ArtNet, usually to dimmer racks or LEDs. And then Alvaro mentioned HTTP, which is highest takes precedence. This is awesome. This is so great. Can you take us through a show file a little bit? Can you tell us what you're staring at all night long?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you actually one of my files that I use for festivals, so like more like private files, but it's in the same way that I program Omnia, because that's my muscle memory is based in that. So
right, sure.
I program in the same way that I have this file.
Coming up in part 3, we're going to see how the sausage is made. Alvaro gives us a deep dive into his MA2 show file. In part 4, Alvaro answers some questions from Instagram and a surprise guest. Now's your chance for a refill. See you soon.